Hey everyone, it's the Minimalist Natural, and today's video is a tutorial on how I got this amazing retwist on my Microlocs. So here are the tools that I use. I have this Lock It Up gel, and it's so important that you choose a good gel that is water soluble. I'm pausing this because y'all need to hear me. We don't want buildup in our Microlocs, okay? So choose a good product that has botanical ingredients. So I use a large size duckbill clip like these on the left and a small one on the right. The small ones, I feel like they don't have as good a grip as the large ones, so I typically have to use more. These big clips are just to section my hair, and then I have my mister and my handheld mirror in case I just need to see close up. I have a lot of new growth. It's been only 6 weeks since my last retie. Okay, so the last retie was 6 weeks ago, and the reason I actually started retwisting was the growth was out of control, and I was just like, I cannot spend this much time every 4 weeks to retie my hair. It was taking like 10 to 12 hours. I was like, I don't got the energy anymore. And before someone says it, no, it is not slippage. I'm almost a year locked. I do not have slippage. That is all new growth. Okay, now that is out of the way, you just saw me mist my hair. I like to have it a little bit moist, and I'm taking my Lock It Up gel and just smearing it along this section. You don't want to put too much because too much can cause buildup or flakes later along the line. You want it to kind of melt it in so that you can't really see it anymore, because once you go and twist it, you'll see that there's actually product there. Also be careful when you're separating, because you don't want to like accidentally snap hairs off, so I just take my time. For the most part, the hair grows inside my locks, so I don't have to be too concerned about parting and stuff. So as you see, I'm just going and twisting. I twist away from my face on this side, and once I'm done twisting, I don't clip it down. I just transfer it to my second hand. So I twist and then transfer to the next hand, and I just keep going along like that instead of clipping each one down. It saves so much time, like hours of time, than trying to clip each one down. Y'all don't understand how much I struggled the first time I tried to retwist my hair, because like barely anybody does this, so it's not like there were tons of tutorials on retwisting Microlocs. So I was struggling with these clips. Like I was literally trying to put one clip per couple locks, and it was taking so much time. And then when I would try to put several locks in one clip, like every time I separated the clip to put the next lock in, the other ones would unravel. It was a hot mess, okay? A hot mess. But you're not gonna have to struggle like me, because you're gonna watch this tutorial and you're gonna do it right the first time. Okay, all right, so here we are coming up to like the halfway point in this row, and once I reach that halfway point, I'm going to clip all of these down at the same time. And I'm not going to worry about getting it tight or where I'm putting the clip, because when I go to the next row, I'm going to clip that row into this one as well. This has saved me so many clips. It has saved me like having a headache or just my head being like overborne down with clips. So I'm going to show you in the next section how I clip them all together, and then I'm just going to fast forward this part so you can see me doing it. When I watch myself doing the retwist compared to how long the reties took, I almost want to cry and laugh at the same time, because if anyone has retied their own hair, they know that like one row of retying can take like 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, here we are on the last Microloc, and I'm just adding a little bit more gel so that the edges can be a little slick. I take my time with this one because this is the money shot. Like this is the lock that everyone's gonna see, so it has to look right. And then again, I'm just twisting around, clipping it down, and we're gonna move to the next section. I'm honestly not going to do too much commentary in this one. I'm just going to let you guys watch, and if you have any questions, be sure to type them down below so I can answer them when they come up. And while you're watching, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you catch my vibe. You gotta join the tribe, okay? You gotta join my tribe. I'd love to have you here. Okay, so here is where I take the section that was on the other row. I'm gonna unclip it, but I'm gonna keep it pinched because I don't want them to unravel. I'm keeping it securely between my hands and I'm sliding that clip in. And here's where I check the tension and I make sure everything is tight, because sometimes it seems like it's clipped down, but something's actually loose and it will unravel, and we don't want that. So I'm just checking all the locks, making sure everything's secure, and then I move on to the next section. I know I already said this, but look at how fast I'm going. Like, I know this isn't fast forward, but like it's still fast. Like in real life, I'm moving out. Like this whole process takes me 3.5 to 4 hours compared to 10 hours. Also keep in mind, I have close to 500 locks. I'm not sure exactly how many. I stopped counting at 475. But yeah, so it's gonna, whatever I do is gonna take a long time. Cause what is this face, y'all? Like, I am so concentrated to get these clips in right, making ugly faces and all. Y'all, I used to be bald right here. This is my edges that like I could basically turn into a lock now, but they keep unraveling. So I just twist them around and hope for the best. I'll probably braid it in the morning. All right, here we are with all of the clips in. I told you I used about 1 clip per row. So I kind of have 2 clips on each row, but 2 rows are in those 2 clips, if that makes any sense. Here I am the next morning. I had a great sleep. They weren't uncomfortable, believe it or not. And everything is looking good. None of my clips came out. I'm so happy about that. And I can't wait to get these out and see the final results with you. The process of removing the clips is a little bit tedious, but you kind of have to take your time because you don't want to snag any hairs or like break anything off while you're doing it. I'm just going to fast forward this part, but I left it in so you can actually see what it looks like and have a good expectation for the removal of the clips, or you could skip past to the next section where I'm going to show you my parts. The last clip is out, yay! And now I'm just going to spend some time fluffing my hair. The way I clip the sections down, like I kind of twisted them before I put the clip in, so some of the locks are stuck together. So I'm just gonna go in and remove any twists that are in there. They kind of like ended up forming their own twists at the roots. So I'm just removing those, separating them, fluffing my hair, all that good stuff. You can probably see here that I have some scraggly ends, which I did end up going and cutting. And this is actually after I did a little trim. You can see how much fuller and less wild looking it was than it was in the previous clip. So here's a side view, and here's what my parts are looking like in the back. I love them. You can see how there's a little crimp to the lock. That's just because, like I said, my hair had automatically twisted itself together at the roots because of how I twisted it, clipped it down. But if you don't do that, then you won't have that little crimp. I don't really mind. It gives it more volume. One of the concerns I had when I first started retwisting was that the roots were going to end up thinning, but so far I'm going to actually show you the roots are less thin than they were when I was retying with a 4-point rotation. So you can see there's practically no difference between the root and the rest of my lock, which is amazing to me, at how uniform it is, and how nice and laid my parts look. Like, it's just, when I got a retie, it was never this smooth. I felt like it was always fuzzy. It never looked quite this manicured and put together. I mean, now we all know after a week or two, it's, the new growth is going to come and we're going to be looking wild, but that's the beauty of locks, okay? We get to embrace both the wild and the manicured. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.